Howdy, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Grace. I'm an Indigenous advocate, influencer, and content creator. And on this channel, we talk about all things spirituality, manifestation, lifestyle, Indigenous culture, and well, my life. So today's video, we are talking about how I have manifested literally everything in my life. So I'm going to be sharing the key strategies, the manifestation methods that I use almost every month, every day to manifest everything that I have so far. So I know that is a lot, but trust me when I say that this is more so just the foundations of manifestation that you need to start manifesting. And everything else that I share, it assists you. It of course is so helpful, but this is like the must-do, must-have activities to bring your manifestations to life and the ones that have worked best for me. I also just want to let everybody know that I've started a podcast, the Anishinaababe podcast with Gracie Swain. I will link it down below, but please be sure to go and subscribe, leave a 5-star review. And if you're in your car and you can't watch my YouTube channel and you want to be able to listen to some manifestation tips, go and check that out. I post weekly on the podcast as well as on the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and let's dive right into it. So the first thing that I always say is to write down and script out your dream life. And when I say this, normally I like to just write in point form my dream life. So I'm going to show you an example of this that I actually did at the beginning of this year. And it's written down on a piece of paper called Grace's Goals. And I'll insert a little clip in here so you can read each one or you can see which ones I have there for inspiration. But on the podcast, I actually go through each one by one as well. But some of the things that I wrote down is to be verified on TikTok, make 100K in 2022, love my body and be confident, to go to New York, attend influencer events, all these different goals that I have for myself, not necessarily for this year, but just my dream life. What does it entail? What am I working towards? And I'm proud to announce that I have manifested the trip to New York. On my Facebook, this random ad came up to apply for a climate change summit in New York in November. And I applied and everything is paid for, like the accommodations, the food, half my flight, everything. The only thing that I have to pay for is literally that half of my flight, and that's it. So really happy that I get to go to New York in November, and happy to say that one of these has already come to life. I mean, a lot of these actually have. But yeah, I think that has just been really incredible, is getting super clear on your goals. So how I like to do this is at the top of your sheet, write down your name and then goals, or your name, your dream life. What are you ultimately working towards? And this can change over time, and it's okay if you don't know right away. Oh my gosh, I have to think of my dream life right now. Like, that's overwhelming. I have no idea what that is. That's okay. Think about the feeling of how you want to feel in your dream life, right? We all know we want to be happy and confident. Maybe you want to feel outgoing. Maybe you want to be outside all the time. Maybe you love being by the water. Write that down. That's part of your dream life. That's part of the dream vision, right? Maybe you don't know exactly what your dream career is or what field you're going to be in, but you might have an idea, right? So maybe you love fashion. So you're like, well, I don't know exactly what job I will have, but I want to be in fashion. I want to be known. I want to be working with top brands in the world. Then that's part of your dream life. So I would most definitely write that down. So for me, this is always kind of changing. The ultimate goal is the same, but I'm always kind of going in and writing down, okay, what is my dream vision, to get clear on what I'm working towards, and so that we can make the plan and work the plan, which will be step 2. But going back to step 1, I actually did this a couple weeks ago because, as you know, my last video, I'd announced that, I was kind of retiring the business coaching and focusing solely on the influencing and content creation full time. And when I thought about my dream life, I thought, ever since I was a little kid, I've wanted to be my own boss, work with dream brands, create unique and innovative and creative videos, because that's always just been something fun that I love to do. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to dedicate to this because that is clearly my dream. That's what I want to work towards. And I'm actually, fingers crossed, just signed on with an influencer agency today. So really excited. There's going to be a lot of exciting collaborations in the works to share with all of you. So that's the first step. Write down your dream life. And with manifestation, you can write this in present tense, but normally what I like to do is I'd like to just put my goals or my dream life and just write it in point form. Step 2 is to make a plan and work the plan. I will insert a screenshot here of what I mean by make the plan and work the plan. So you can see there that I wrote down, okay, if I want to create content, I want to work with brands, and that means I need to be posting consistently, showing up every week on my YouTube and podcast. I need to be engaging with my community. I need to be reaching out to brands. I need to be advertising my services as well. So making sure that I'm dedicating all that time and focusing on one thing at a time instead of spreading myself thin and trying to do a million things at once was really, really key for me. Especially with someone who is very multi-passionate, I thought, okay, where does my focus have to be? And what do I need to do to achieve this dream life and my dream goals? Another part of this, when you think about making the plan and working the plan, is how would that dream version of yourself show up, right? So in my example, I want to be a full-time influencer, full-time content creator. So what would that version of myself be doing? Well, she would be staying in shape, keeping herself healthy so that when she's modeling for brands or bringing in brand collaborations, she feels confident and she feels amazing in the clothes. So I went and bought a full year membership, and that was awesome at my local gym. So I've been going there and I've been feeling a lot more energetic and happy and productive in doing so. I also bought one of those ring lights so that the lighting in my videos looks really great and really professional. So those are a couple of the things that you can do to be moving yourself towards those goals. And maybe you have a big goal that requires a lot of money, then you don't necessarily need to put down, a ton of money or to invest in a lot of things. I would just say do one thing today that'll move you closer to that goal. So let's say, for example, your goal is that you want to start traveling the world, but you don't have the money to travel the world. Then maybe that's starting a side hustle so that you can start putting aside money to save so that you can travel the world. So that is just one part of the bigger picture. And then the third step that I always say to do is from those goals, from that inspired action, create a vision board. I know you've probably heard this before, but make that vision board your desktop screensaver. And I will insert a photo of mine here. And I'm actually looking at mine, so I'm going to pull this up so I can list some things off of it. But on my vision board, a lot of these items have actually already come true. So for example, on the right-hand side, my dream body, I have a photo of myself there. I have, a beautiful bathtub. And when my boyfriend and I moved in together, lo and behold, there was a beautiful clawfoot bathtub just sitting there. And I was so, so excited because that's what I had been manifesting, because I loved to take baths when I was a little kid. And I've never been in a house that had, a nice bathtub that you could take baths in. I've been, in apartments and lucky and grateful to be in really nice houses my whole life, but, none of them really had that nice deep bathtub, nor did I want to share it because there was a ton of people, showering and using that bathtub. So really nice that I have this bathtub all to myself. I'm the only one that uses it. So that was one thing checked off. The other part on my vision board is actually an art room, which I'm sitting in right now as my office / art room. I'm looking at my easel right now. So that has been manifested. I also have a photo of my boyfriend and I. So before I met my boyfriend, I actually had a photo on my vision board of a silhouette of a girl and a man holding hands, and it was just a silhouette, like no, actual photos of anyone, walking along a beach. And then I met my boyfriend that summer, so that has manifested. I also have a picture of paid travel and brand collabs. So again, I'm going to New York, which is really awesome. But I also have, my money goals on there and learning how to crochet, which I've done that as well, and to learn Ojibwe, which I'm currently learning to do. So a lot of things on my vision board are already coming into fruition, but a lot of things I still want to achieve are my dream house, being featured in Forbes. I want to model for Aerie. So that's just an example. So start putting that all on your vision board, make it your desktop or phone screensaver, because it's really key to look at it every single day, to reprogram the subconscious to see that as your new reality, but also to hold you accountable to your goals, remind you what you're working towards each and every day. And the last and final step that I would say is really crucial in helping me manifest all of my goals has been having an accountability partner, or saying your goals out loud, or being within a community where you empower and uplift one another and you network and have connections. So I always shared my goals, with my manifestation community, which brings me to my next point. I have started a Patreon. So if you want to join a really empowered community of spiritual women who share their goals, who manifest together, we do monthly workshops. This is where you can get one-on-one manifestation coaching with me and group calls, and where you can ask questions. And we'll also have guest speakers to talk about, different spells and witchcraft and tarot and medium readings and all that fun stuff. You can go and check it out down below. All right, so that's everything. That is the foundation of how I've manifested everything so far into my life. And thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check me out on Instagram at Gracie Swain Art and TikTok at Gracie Swain, and the podcast, the Anishinaababe podcast with Gracie Swain. Thank you so much, Chima Gwech, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye everyone.